and it's nice to know that you're out there joining us on Aloore Radio, transmitting from the GSM Studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, here at Agodi Secretariat, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. I want to rejoice with you and thank God for sparing our lives even up to this day, the 30th of June 2022. We thank the Almighty God for bringing us to the end of the first half of this glorious and wonderful year 2022. And we believe that He that has started the good work in us will surely complete it in us by His grace. We thank God, and we believe that the other half of this year 2022 that we will start tomorrow will be a pleasant one for you, and I wish everything that you are open for, that God Almighty will grant it unto you. You're welcome to the newspaper review here from the GSM Studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Agodi Secretariat, Ibadan, Oyo State. My name is Aboyediojo, and before I go to the dailies that I have in front of me today, the 30th of June, I have the Vanguard and also I have the Nation newspaper. But there is a saying that says smile and silence are two powerful tools. That is, to smile and to be silent are two powerful tools. Smile is useful for solving many problems, and silence is the way to avoid problems. So choose wisely. You can smile so that you would solve many problems, and at the same time you can be silent to avoid many problems. Again, choose wisely. Welcome to the dailies from Aloore. I want to take the headlines from the Vanguard newspaper this morning, and it's bordering on the security issues, and it says ex-servicemen upbeat over Army's recall plan. Ex-servicemen upbeat over Army's recall plan. Also on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, it says vandals playing hide and seek with us, and this is coming from the federal government. Also on the front page, which we will read the details from the page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper, and this story is still on Owo massacre, and it says why Amotekun is yet to parade arrested suspects. This is coming from a source. Also on page 15 of the Vanguard newspaper, it says convicted bandits to face death penalty in Zamfara. Also on page 6 of Vanguard, and it's bordering on the train attack, it says terrorist shoots critical wounds hostage. Let me move quickly to the other dailies here with me, which is the Nation newspaper. The front burning story on the page of the front page of the Nation reads, ahead 2023 presidential poll, Fayose autumn rattle PDP. Also on the front page, the headlines I have here says Kaduna train attack, victim shot in captivity. And on page 5 of the Nation, it reads court halts or your deputy governor's plan sack. Also on the Nation newspaper, it has here on page 5, it says why importers are abandoning Nigerian ports, and this is coming from the operators. And also the effects of COVID-19. The World Bank is saying that how COVID-19 has driven digital banking by the World Bank. Details of the story will be coming up to you shortly after this short break.
ọgbà tí àṣejìná lòdì ìrànjẹ làwọn aláṣejókòtì tí wọ́n fẹ́ máa jẹ ọba ni wọ́n ó ṣe gàyà díẹ̀ ná ìlú ló láṣẹ ẹjẹ́ ìlú ó jẹun náà ìdí nìyí tó fi jẹ́ pé ẹ̀tọ́ ìlú là ń fowó ìlú ṣe nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀rí bí ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ṣe ń jògèrè LAUTECH ti di tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé bíi 40 ló ti wẹ̀wọ̀ ọ̀tún pẹ̀lú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tòun tòògùn àti irinṣẹ́ tó pójú owó iṣẹ́ sì ti fẹ́ẹ̀ parí pẹ̀lú lórí 100 míì jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ààbò tó dájú òun ohun amáyédẹrùn ní ìṣokùnfà ìdásílẹ̀ ilé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá láwùjọ òun náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi wà nípò kẹta nínú àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí ń pawó wọlé jùlọ lábẹ́lé nílẹ̀ wa ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ló ti láǹfààní ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà ti gbàlódé táṣeyọrí yìí ó sì jẹ́ kó ń jẹ́ sùn wá bọ̀ láìpẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbowó wọn lásìkò pápá àṣírí Adámàsìngbà àtàwọn inú ojú pópó tí ń sòrú dọ̀sán ń kọ́ àwọn ìlú ti sọ pásì ìwádùn níṣèjọba yìí fi ń mọrírì gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ń sọ fún wa pé pẹ̀lú ìṣọ̀kan wa oòrùn tó kù lókè yìí ó táṣọ ọgbẹ.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
iṣẹ́ Olúwa kò sẹ́ni tó iṣẹ́ Olúwa jù tàbá lọ. lọ́lọ́run ọba fi gbé àga lọ́lọ́run ọba fi gbé àga ò lẹ́bí ń bínú lẹ́bí ń pẹ̀gàn o.
Ọlọ́run jẹ̀dá lọ. tá a bá rẹ̀ ni tá a kórìíra. tá a wá fẹjọ́ ẹ̀sùn Ọlọ́run wípé kó má dépò. tọ́lọ́run wá gbégbé ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ dépò tán. èèyàn gbà fọlọ́ ni o. kí ló dé ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀tá ọ̀lẹ abiyamọ ọ̀tá gan. wọ́n ní pàkútì ọ̀tá ẹni ègbódù ọ̀yà. ká mẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tún mẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ òsì. ká fẹ́yìn ní délùú sẹ́yìn ẹni tí ò ní yin ni ò ní yin ni. ẹ̀ ń pé gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ò ṣe nǹkan kan kò ṣe nǹkan kan. pẹ̀lú àfojúsùn òpó mẹ́rẹ̀ ẹni tó gbé lọ́wọ́ tọ́lọ́ ń sìn fún un ṣe lọ. akitiyan Ṣèyí Mákindé lójú ọ̀nà ètò ẹ̀kọ́. ó ṣe káńsù ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́ta tó bí ń san lórí ọmọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. ó ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ dọ̀fẹ́. ó pínwé ó tún yàrá ìkàwé ṣe. bẹ́ẹ̀ ló falẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ gíga LAUTECH padà di tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. ètò ìlera ńkọ́. àtúnṣe pẹ̀lú gbígbé sóhun èlò fúnlé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé. ẹ wo laboratory tó wà nílé ìwòsàn ní Ọ̀yọ́. àwọn ọkọ̀ ambulance gbogbo wọ̀nyí ńkọ́. ìgbìyànjú Ṣèyí Mákindé lórí kẹ́tọ́ àbò lè mú dán nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ńkọ́. ó pèsè ọkọ̀ fáwọn agbófinró kí wọ́n máa fi yíde patrol ní tìkútòrò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. operation boss tó kó fún wọn láyé tẹ̀ ìwéré ilé àtàgọ́ rẹ̀. CCTV camera lójú pópó l'Íbàdàn. commissioning of mobile squadron units lágọ̀ rẹ̀. tó wá dà bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ ẹ máa gbéṣẹ́ yìí ò ṣe nǹkan kan. nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wa ìtẹ́tọ̀ ọ̀gbìn náà wọ ìjọba gbà. ó ṣàgbékalẹ̀ farm estate lákòókò. èrú àti awẹ́ lábẹ́ òsádà. ó tún fẹ́ gbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ogún àgbẹ̀ léso kí wọ́n gbìn lóko wọn. ó mójútó ìdókòwò tó lè máa pawó wọlé fún wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. asphalt àti quarry plant níjàyè. gbogbo ẹni tó ń ṣe sí ọ̀fọ̀ ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ báyìí nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní kíákíá ìrọ̀rùn ló ń bá dé o. ẹgbẹ́ gbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ owó tó gbé kalẹ̀ fún dènà COVID-19 nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. bó ṣe ń faná ló ń ṣọ̀nà ló ń ṣomi. owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ yàmọ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ń gbẹ̀tọ́ wọn déédéé. a ní ẹ̀rìn gbòòrò wò kẹ́rì iṣẹ́ tí Ṣèyí Mákindé ń ṣe ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ráyè. ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. ṣé wàá rí báyìí pọ́lọ́wọ́ kan tẹ̀nu. ẹ kí sáwọn tẹ̀m̀bẹ̀lẹ̀kọ ẹ̀dá tí wọn kì í ráṣẹ yọrí ẹlòmíì. ẹ jẹ́ gbárùkù tí ẹnjìnìà Ṣèyí Mákindé kó kẹsẹ̀ járí. lójú pọ̀nà àfojúsùn mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin tó gbé lọ́wọ́ yìí. ẹ̀yin ará bí ẹ fọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ o fàjà mi àgbẹ̀ màálù.
ìkéde ìwá láti iléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn àṣà àtìrìnàjò afẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
You're welcome to the headlines. The newspaper review from Aloore Radio, transmitting from the GSM Studio Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism here at Agodi Secretariat, Ibadan. I want to go to the details of the various headlines that I've been able to give you this morning from the Vanguard newspaper and The Nation. I'm starting my details of the story from The Nation this morning, and it talks about the 2023 presidential poll. It says ahead 2023 presidential poll, Fayose Autumn rattle PDP. The post-presidential primary crisis that has engulfed the People's Democratic Party, PDP, escalated yesterday. Former Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose re-echoed the regional position on zoning, insisting that power should shift to the south. He spoke a month after the party concluded its presidential primary, in which Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was elected the flag bearer. Also, Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom decried what he described as Atiku's insult to Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike. He said Atiku should explain why he did not pick the former presidential aspirant as his running mate. The PDP candidate is from Adamawa State in the Northeast Zone. For details of this story, you can turn to The Nation from the front page. Also on the front page, this says how COVID-19 has driven digital banking by World Bank. Digital banking witnessed a huge surge in 2021. The World Bank has said in a report titled Global Findex 2021 Database. The report, which was released yesterday, attributed the sharp rise in the use of digital banking services to the COVID-19 pandemic. It said Nigeria and other parts of sub-Saharan Africa experienced a continued rise in mobile money adoption, with 33% of adults now having mobile money accounts, 3 times larger than the 10% global average. To know about the dealings from World Bank and the effects of COVID-19, you can turn to the front page of The Nation, which rolls down to page 4. Let me take the story from The Nation on page 3. It says Senate screens, confirms Buhari's ministerial nominees. The Senate yesterday screened and confirmed 7 ministerial nominees President Muhammadu Buhari sent to it last week. The screening started around noon and lasted till 4:37 p.m. The 7 minister designates include Henry Ikechukwu Uko, Abia, Umar Okon Umana, Akwa Ibom, and Ekwema Kama Joseph from Ebonyi. For details of the Senate screening and confirmation, you can turn to page 3 of The Nation. Also, a rather interesting one coming from Matawale, the Zamfara state governor. Matawale signs death sentence for bandits. Zamfara state governor Bello Matawale has signed the anti-banditry and other related offences bill into law. The law, which comes into force with immediate effect, has death penalties for those found guilty of banditry and other related offences in the state. Speaking after signing the bill into law on Tuesday, Matawale said the law formed part of measures to tackle banditry, kidnapping, and cattle rustling in Zamfara state. Matawale signs death sentence for bandits. You can turn to page 3 of The Nation. Let me move quickly to the Vanguard on page 8, where I have this story. Reps probe petrol subsidy regime from 2017 to 2021. Abuja, the House of Representatives yesterday resolved to investigate the petroleum product subsidy regime in Nigeria from 2017 to 2021 and has set up an ad hoc committee to carry out the probe. The decision of the Parliament followed the adoption of a motion titled Need to Investigate the Petroleum Product Subsidy Regime in Nigeria from 2017 to 2021. Presented by Sergius Osegun, representing Uromi Esan Northeast Federal Constituencies of Edo State at plenary. For details of that, you can turn to page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also on the same page from the Vanguard, it's about power, and it reads vandals playing hide and seek with us. This is coming from the federal government. The federal government has lamented continued vandalization of infrastructure that has affected its capacity to deliver electricity, saying vandals were now playing hide and seek with the authority. The Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, expressed regret over the nefarious activities of vandals yesterday while briefing State House correspondents at the end of the Federal Executive Council FEC meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the Council Chamber Presidential Villa, Abuja. Vandals playing hide and seek with us, says the federal government. For details of that story, turn to page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. For more details, let me go on another quick short break and I'll be right back. Stay tuned to Aloore Radio.
Adio.
Bàbá ẹ kú kalẹ̀.
Wá wo nǹkan. Òdi pé àtòkèrè ló làákàyè tí wọ́n wo sàkún nǹkan. Ṣáájú káwọn kan tó mọ fóúnjẹ láwa lójú, níjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti káwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan jọ sílùú Awẹ́ láti máa kọ́ nípa iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà tìgbàlódé lábẹ́ àmójútó àjọ IITA.
Mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá. Ṣẹ́yìn ọ̀gbọ́n tí náà ń gbòòrò ni. Wọ́n ní ìṣèjọba tí ń bẹ lóde báyìí. Audio government ni wọ́n ń pè.
Èwo lẹ̀ ń pè báwọn.
Ìjọba tí ń fẹnu yàrá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Àdìó. Ní bí mo ti wí fún wọn pé kó yé mọ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀bọ̀jáwúrà. Ṣé nǹkan tá a fojú rí ni àbí ń tó farasin? ọ̀nà mọ́níyà àjàyè títí tó fi dé sẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ ti fẹ́ parí ń bẹ̀. ọ̀nà olóko mẹ́rin tó yọ kùlùlù láàrin ìlú Ṣakí ọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ títí tó fi dé Ìgbòho tí ò ti ṣe é rìn mọ́ látọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ọ̀ndàjì l'Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. iṣẹ́ sì ń lọ lọ́wọ́ báyìí lórí ètò ìlera tó múnádóko jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ sì làwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àtòṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ò láláṣẹ mọ́ kí wọ́n tó rẹ́tọ̀ wọn gbà.
bàbá gbogbo ń tẹ́ ẹ sọ yóò tọ́ ni kò sí rọ́ńbẹ́ àmọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ yìí lọ́wọ́ọ́rọ́ pọ̀ kò jónú ẹ sì mọ̀ pé eégún tó bá rorò làwọn á kó bí ìbọn lẹ̀.
àdìo àti gbọ́njù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́nkìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ eégún tó bá ṣoore fún wa báyìí làwọn kó bí ìbọn.
ẹ kú àgbà bàbá.
kò ní í dalẹ̀ ìmọ̀ tú ìmọ̀ jọ ìmọ̀ ẹni kò ní í dalẹ̀.
iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àṣà ohun ìrìn àjò afẹ́ tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
ọmọlúàbí ni kó ṣèlérí kó sì mú lérí rẹ̀ ṣe lásìkò polongo òdìbò ni gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ti sọ pé ìṣèjọba òun kò ní ṣàdédé lé ẹnikẹ́ni níbi tí wọ́n ti ń jẹ tí wọ́n ti ń mu láì ṣe pé òun pèsè ibòmíì fún wọn. láti má déhùn yìí ṣẹ ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣẹ́yá ti ń rí sí ìtọ́jú àwọn oníbàárà nílùú Ìbàdàn tí kó gbogbo àwọn oníbàárà tó wà ní Sábó lọ sí agbègbè kan ní Akínyẹlé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ó sì ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ìlú Ìbàdàn. ètò ààbò ẹ̀mí òun ìgbé ayé ìrọ̀rùn níjọba ti pèsè fún àwọn oníbàárà yìí níbẹ̀. èyí ni ó wá gbòdẹ́kun fáwọn amòòkùnṣìkà tí wọ́n ń ṣe bí oníbàárà láti ṣiṣẹ́ ẹbí wọn. ìjọba wa ń rọ gbogbo ẹ̀yin onínúdúndùn ọlọ́rẹ tí mọ́ ń tọ́jú àwọn oníbàárà yìí pé kẹ́ ẹ máa lọ bá wọn lákínyẹlé láti ṣeṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ yín. ààbò tó péye ti wà fún ẹ̀yin àtàwọn tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ta lọ́rẹ níbẹ̀. ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣẹ́yá tó ń rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn oníbàárà nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
Welcome back to the dailies from Aloore Radio, transmitting from the GSM Studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Agodi Secretariat. You can join Aloore Radio from our various social platforms, Facebook, www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio, on our YouTube handle @Aloore Radio. And you can, if you want to reach us on our studio line, is 09039853731. And let me go ahead with the story from page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And it reads, abducted train passenger shot in captivity. One of the freed Abuja-Kaduna train attack victims yesterday staged a lone protest in Kaduna. The female passenger, who refused to say her name, took the streets to call for the release of the remaining 50 abducted passengers still in captivity. Among them, she said, is her husband. She told reporters at the Nigeria Union of Journalists Secretariat in Kaduna that she had been unable to sleep well since her release. She said a placard with the inscription, "I can't sleep anymore when my loved ones are in the bush. Please, Nigerians, help towards their release." She and 10 others were released after spending over 70 days in captivity. For details of the situation of abducted train passengers still in captivity, turn to page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Moving on to the page 5 of the Nation, it reads, court restrains Oyo Assembly from impeaching deputy governor. The Oyo State High Court in Ibadan, in Ibadan yesterday ordered that the impeachment process against Deputy Governor Rauf Olaniyan be put on hold. Justice Ladinro Akitola said the status quo must be maintained by all the parties pending the hearing of the application for interlocutory injunction before it. The case was adjourned on Tuesday due to the absence of lawyer to the House of Assembly, Speaker and Clerk of the House. court restraint or your assembly from impeaching deputy governor. For details of that, you can turn to page 5 of the Nation newspaper. And before I round off this newspaper review for today, let me take the story coming from page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. And it reads, again, land grabbers invade Maharaji's village, injure 2. 2 followers of the founder of Satguru Maharaji were injured when part of the land located at Maharaji village along kilometer 10 Ibadan-Lagos Expressway was invaded by suspected land grabbers. A statement signed by One Love Family Divine Minister for Information, Ojo Mogbadewa, alleged that over 100 hoodlums contracted by land grabbers invaded Maharaji village on Monday in the company of a caterpillar to grade the land. The statements read, and I quote, "We have gotten a favorable judgment twice on the land, and we are about to start doing something before some hoodlums invaded the land. Frankly, in the course of the alleged invasion, 2 devotees of Maharaji were seriously injured by the suspected land grabbers." For more details of that story, again, land grabbers invade Maharaji village, injures 2. Turn to page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. And finally, before I go, let me take the story coming from the human rights lawyer, Mr. Femi Falana. He said it's only in Nigeria that courts elect leaders, not electorates. Human rights lawyer Mr. Femi Falana's son yesterday lamented that Nigeria is the only country where the courts elect leaders and not electorates. Falana said this during the Nigeria Bar Association NBA Ondo Branch Law Week held in Ondo. For details of that story, turn to page 10 of the Vanguard. And quickly on sports from the Nation, it says Ndidi returns as Foxes begin preseason training. Super Eagles hard tackling midfielder Winfred Ndidi has returned to the Leicester City squad as the Foxes resumed preseason training at their Seagrave training complex yesterday. Leicester shared an update showing the midfielder taking part in preseason with the rest of his teammates. The video showed Ndidi taking part in drills outside on the pitches along with the message reading, "Back with the squad, looking good out there." And on that note, we've come to the end of the newspaper review for today, the 30th of June 2022. It's nice to know that you are with us on Aloore Radio. Please, we want you to continue to share our different apps, continue to share. And we are on Facebook at www.facebook.com at Aloore Radio. And our YouTube handle is Aloore Radio. My name is Aboyedi Ojo. Thank you for being there and thank you for listening.